But yeah, man, and just to close it out, man, we just with this it's been a crazy couple years since 2020 of the pandemic. You know what I'm saying? There's been a lot of different changes in the world, all of the crazy things going on. So with it being a new year, you know what I'm saying, 2023, what is your number one biggest New Year's resolution for the year 2023?
I would say self care, man. I can't stress that um, enough
Mm,
because I feel like we don't look into it enough. We don't realize how much we're deserving of, actually, fulfilling ourselves as
mm,
human beings.
right.
As Black people, we don't understand the importance of fulfilling ourselves mentally, emotionally, spiritually,
Mm-hmm.
physically, all of those things. Nourishing our bodies.
And financially.
Yeah, man, all of those things, man. So for me, it's the most important. That's where I am on my journey, and it's important to me, to let everybody else know that it's okay for them to be where they are on their journey too,
Mm.
but not forget to kind of tap into yourself from a self care perspective.
So, with that being your biggest goal of this year, if you feel like sharing, what do you plan on doing different from this year than last year?
Man, one of the major things was, understanding the importance of taking the time that I need because I
And
felt.
not moving too fast.
Yeah, man, and,
Mm.
and and not even necessarily from a relationship standpoint. I did a social media fast. I've been off of Facebook at this point for maybe 2.5 months
Mm.
because at some point I kind of felt like I was being overexposed, for the wrong reasons,
Mm.
or like people had access to me for the wrong reasons. And I know, like,
Mm.
some people may not understand that, but it was like this weird feeling. And it's almost like I woke up one day and I felt like I needed to kind of detach, and kind of like, fall into myself and kind of figure some things out without other people, being privy to the most important parts of my life. I know on Facebook you got to post statuses, and throughout social media you willingly post those things, but it's still a level of personal exposure that I don't think that people understand. You're kind of giving away,
Yeah.
and sometimes you don't really be ready to give away that shit. It's just a habit of doing it. It's the
Hmm.
convenience of doing it that make you make that status to tell somebody about your day or post about your kids or like whatever. And it may not even be the most appropriate time to do so. And you
Mm.
giving away those precious moments, what I'm saying, when it may not be the best time for you. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? So um, it like I said, it was a like a really important thing for me. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And
timing is huge,
yeah,
bro.
man, it was something that I made a priority for 2023. Another thing that I made one of my major priorities too was setting proper boundaries throughout all of my relationships.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Because I was letting shit slide without even acknowledging that those were triggering points for me. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? You ever had a
Crossing them
conversation?
lines.
Yeah, man. You ever had a conversation with somebody and they say something to you and it stick with you in a negative way, even
Mm.
if it may not fire you up or make you mad or like whatever.
Right.
It was relationships that I had, dating, family, friends, all of that
Right.
I wasn't setting the proper boundaries for access to me. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be conversations or physically being in my presence or
Mm.
things like that. I had to learn the proper boundaries to make sure that I wasn't affected in negative ways by my relationships. So that was important to me too.
Man. Yeah, that's super important too, bro. Like
Yeah.
that's another thing I had to learn too is like you have to find that's why like we keep saying the best high value trait that you could ever utilize as a man is singleness and taking time to yourself because
Self
you don't know what
awareness,
that stuff is. You don't know what you need
for
if
sure,
you was always with a person.
for sure,
You know what I mean? You
for
don't
sure.
know how to box out for
Yeah.
yourself. You know what I
And
mean?
people be scared of those quiet moments, man. I don't mean to cut you off, but like,
Mm-hmm.
I think like a reason why people don't kind of seek to be by themselves and have those moments fully with themselves is people be afraid of those quiet moments. They be scared to be
Mm-hmm.
alone. You know what I'm saying? When realistically, once you come out of yourself, once you went through that journey of fulfillment, fully to figure out where you are and where you want to be, those same people gonna be there. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? They should be. If they're not there, then it wasn't for them. They had already met, the exit of their part of your journey anyways. They wasn't meant to be there for when you came out. out.
And it's harder
You know
to
what
get
I'm
in
saying?
alignment when you so in place with somebody else.
Facts, man.
You know what I'm saying? Because a
Facts.
lot of people think that you gotta stay with this person
Yeah.
a lot of times, and they be so afraid to let go of this person. And that's another thing I had to learn through my spiritual journey is that's how God works. A lot of times we so afraid to let go of what we have because we don't think that God got something better
It's
for us.
fear.
You know what I mean? And it's that's probably the biggest part that I had to learn. Like, wow, you'll be thinking you'll try to hold on to, if we just use like a kind of like those analogies that we talked about before when it comes to the lust, man, God, like, man, I gotta keep her, you know what I'm saying, on, retain her, just in case, God. But little do you know that God said if you let go of all of these single dating and all of this wicked stuff, and all of these relationships that's not really adding a lot of value to you, you know that if you lock in for a year, I'll present your wife to you. You know what I'm saying?
The right way.
And I feel like, those are the type of conversations I've been having with God and the type of realizations I've been having. I said, and everybody's timeline is different, like you said. Everybody timing is different and all of those things. But I realized for me that if I keep focusing on all of that other stuff and the lust type of things and want to be Trey Songz 2.0, I won't be able to be, a great version of Marquise and be able to be a husband and a father and all of those things. Because that's the type of stuff I truly desire in my heart of hearts, you know what I'm saying, outside of the physical flesh. So I try to fall out of love with my physical self because it clouds my judgment too much.
I get it.
And it stops me from getting to my purpose. So